0. 0 plus 1, 1. Now that means I have added completing the 0th position. That 100 is added. Now if I do again L dot add 20. What happens now? In which position the array will be added? 1, right? Now here, whenever you see the array list, the current list, the size variable is holding 1. Now before adding it, I have to check what is the size of an array. 5. 5 greater than 1. Is it true? If it is true, I have to increment the size. Now is it true? No. Do I need to increment the size of an array list? No need, right? Now again it will do element data of size. What is the variable of size? 1. So now it will, in this one position you will add this 20. Let me take some different color. Now in the one position you will add 20. Now after doing 1, size plus is happening. Size plus is nothing but size equal to size plus 1. Currently the size value is 1. 1 plus 1, it will become 2. In the second position you are going to add 20. Okay. Now let me do L dot add 60. Now what happens? Now again it will come to the add method. Internally what you are checking first, what is the index number? Size is nothing but 2. 5 greater than 2. It is true, right? No need for me to exchange the create a new array. So done. Now after that, element data. Element data, what is the size variable? 2. Element data of 2, what you are doing? You are putting 60. Let me remove this. Add 60. Okay. Now after this we have a size plus, right? So here in this one, whenever they are adding size plus they are doing. So size equal to size plus 1. What is the size variable contain? 2. 2 plus 1, it will become 3. Okay. Now that means here 60 is added. Now index has become 3. Now if I do L dot add again 80. Now in which index I am trying to add? Third index. Now 5 greater than 3. Is it true? Yes. So again it will go, it will increment element data of 3. Let me remove this. 3. 80 it will happen. So it will add 80 here. And then size will be incremented. Yeah. Currently the size of the 3 is, sorry, this is 3. Now it has become 3 plus 1, 4. Now 4. L dot add 90. So what happens? So here 5 greater than, so now current index is 4. 5 greater than 4, true. Again in the fourth position you will add a element. Okay. Now what is this? 90. Okay. Now 90 will happen. Okay. Done. Now the size will become size plus 4 plus 1, 5. Now if I am trying to add L dot add, guys tell me now, I am adding 100 again. Now what is the index? 5. 5 greater than 5. Is it true? False. That means whenever this condition is false, am I able to know that array is full? Yeah. Now it is the time for me to increment the array size. Now whenever this size is full, what happens? It will calculate what is the new size first of all. So it will calculate what is the new size. What is the new size? Old size plus 50% of old size. Old size is 5. 50% of 5 is nothing but 5 by 2. 5 plus 2. The new size is 7. So with the new size, new array will be created. Okay, like this. 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then copy all these elements here and then add the element here. So this is how add method works. Okay, hope you guys understand. Others, were you able to understand? Please confirm in the chat. Is it crystal clear? Yeah. Now let me tell you. See, this is what I have explained you guys. But whenever you look at the code, you need to understand, right? Whether is it the same thing, whatever I have explained, is it the same thing happening or not, right? So let me tell you the source. check whether the capacity is increased or not. That means what is the size of an array, what is the index number. In order to check that, this ensure capacity they called. Okay, here in the ensure capacity they are checking here element size not equal to default. Let me go back. Ensure capacity, ensure explicit capacity. Here param int minus this dot element data greater than 0, both are same. Now whenever there is a size they have to increment. So here that means whenever 5 greater than 5 I have to increment, I have to create a new array and then copy. Instead of doing what I said, you create a new array and then copy. So that is a tedious process, right? In order, so that happens in the grow method. In the grow method, in order to increment the size, they are using a left shift operation. So left shift operation. Okay. Now, so that this will be incremented by 50%. So after incrementing the 50%, you have to copy the element from old array to the new array, right? If you have to do manually, what do? You will write it for new array, you will write for loop, and then from the old array you will take each element and put it. It's a time consuming. So instead of that, there is already some classes present in Java. What is that class? Arrays.copy of. Arrays.copy of. To this arrays.copy of, what you have to do? Array name followed by the new size. So here, let me write arrays is a class name. Let me go to show you this arrays class. See, are you able to see the class called public class arrays? Is this a class? Yeah. In this class, let me see here. You can see arrays.copy of. That means you are using the method with the class name. What kind of a method will this be copy of? Is it a static method or instance method? Static method. Right? Now, let's go to this copy of. Here, there is a, see, this is a method. Arrays.copy of. This is taking one array and then parameter. What is the internal implementation of this array is, it automatically create a new array with the size that you mentioned here, and then it will copy the element from old array to new array. Whatever you need it, it will do in a single shot. So let me show you the implementation here. Arrays.copy of. So here you can see, if in Java, whenever you want to know what is the functionality of a method, whenever you type that method, you go to this size. Okay. Now here you can read, copies the specified array, truncating and padding with a false if necessary. So the copy has the specified length, right? What it is doing, copy it the specified array. So whatever the array here in this signature, in the add method, your first element is nothing but this dot element data. Element data is nothing but a name of an object array, correct? Is it right? What is the element data? Is it an object array internally used by array list? Am I right or not? Yes. So that means to this arrays.copy of, you are giving a array followed by the type size, followed by new size. Okay. Let me show you. So here arrays.copy of the array name followed by the size. J will be containing the new size. So what internally it will do? So here you can see the explanation here. See here. The array itself here, byte array and new length. Copies the specified array. That means whatever the, so it will create a new array with the new length, whatever you provided, and it will copy the elements of old array to new array. For you, no need to create normal object array, do the for loop and all. Instead of that, you can use a arrays.copy of. So tomorrow we are going to look at how to create a custom collection. At that time, all this knowledge, whatever we learned, would be useful. Okay. Now let's look at how the get. This is all about how the add method works. Hope you guys understand. add method which takes only one argument. We'll come to that other argument, like in the add is overloaded method, right? Here, let me, whenever I go to this one, add, so there is two methods. Line number 477 is taking two arguments. Line number 462 is taking one argument. We have completed the explanation of line number 462, which is taking one argument. We'll look at these two arguments little later. So, but whatever we have discussed, how the add method works, or what is the internal implementation of an add method, is it understand? Guys, please respond so that we'll go for quickly on to the other topic. Yeah. Now, let me look at what is a get method. Okay. Now, so in before going to the get method, now I have, let me add till here. Let me have like 5. The array size is 5. Now, if I do this out, if I want to know what is the element value at 4 in the array index, what is the element value at 4, what I will do, array name followed by in position I will give. This is what I will do, right? If I try to print system.out.println array name, whatever the position you want, this will give me the element that position, right? Right click, run as Java application. See, it has given 50. Now, if I give 5, what I will get? Exception, because array index out of bound exception. Okay, let's look at here. Java application. See, the reason I am getting array index out of bound exception. Okay, now that means, what you are doing from whenever you are working with an array, in order to get the element of an array at a specified position, what you are doing, array name followed by the position. Now, for array list, the internal implementation is nothing but an object array, correct? Now, we are going to look at how the get method works. Okay. Now, so can I tell that array list internally using a object array? Okay. Though it's a name array list, but internally it is using array list object. Okay. Now, so from the array, see here, let us take here, let me write int array. Int a of 3. Okay. If I am trying to print out sys out, that means before adding it, let me print a of 0 is equal to 1. A of 2 is nothing but 2. A of 3 is nothing but 10. Added 3 elements. Now if I am doing sys out a of 4, I will get array index out of bound, right? Array index out of bound. I have written in the shortcut array index out of bound exception. Agree till now? Yeah. Okay. Now let's apply the same logic here. So that means, so in the array list, in order to add element, you have a add method, right? Similarly, in order to get a element in the object array, you directly give the object name followed by index number. But in the array list, in order to get a element, we have a method called get method. Okay. So get method is taking one number, one integer number. Okay. Now get method is taking one integer number. Now, so generally we will before looking at the internal implementation or source code of a get method, we'll use our common sense and try to write it. For example, I have created a array list get method. Before this, I have created let me create array list L equal to new array list of 10. Guys, I am using the shortcut for the time being. This AL is nothing but array list. I created an object. Now, L dot, in order to add element, let me do L dot add, then something like that I added L dot add 90. Till 90 I have added. Okay. Now that means I added all the elements. Now, whenever you get it, so internally this all add will be stored like this. array only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give some 5, 8, 9. Okay. All the elements will be added here. Let me add like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Till 100 you added. Okay. Now I want to get a element at al dot get. So get, you're calling the method with an object. That means the get method should be an instance method. L of get 9. What you get? What is the output? Tell me. Internally this will be converted as, what is the object this internally, what is the object array name? Element data. Okay, can I tell that this will be converted as element data of 9? Am I right? Yeah. It will give you, what is the value? 100. Okay. Now if I want to get L dot get 100, sorry, L dot get 5. So what I will get? Element data of 5. What I will get? 60. Am I right, guys? Yeah. Now let me go for L dot get of 12. What it will be converted as? Element data 12. So what is the output I should get? Exception, right? Array index out of bound exception. Array index out of bound exception. That means I have to handle it. I have to, before calling the element data followed by index number, I need to check what is the size of this array? 10. Okay. Now what is the index that the user is trying? Now can I have to follow? So this is the index number that user is providing. Now can I have to write this condition before executing this statement? So I have to write this condition if length is greater than index. Okay, that means in the first scenario I am trying to get 9. 9 greater than, what is the size? Index. So sorry, the size of an array list is 10 and index is 9. So is it true? Then I will get the element dot get data. Now second scenario, fifth element, 10 greater than 5. Is it true? Yes, I will get the element. Now third scenario, L dot get 12. So 12 is nothing but index. So length is 10. 10 greater than 12. So with this condition I will know that user is trying for a element which is not present in the object array. Hence I will throw array index out of bound exception. Correct? This would be the logic. Hope you, like, if you use our common sense, this should be the logic of a get method, right? Hope you guys agree. Yeah. So let's look at whether what is the logic of get method. Go to this class and then type get. See, whatever, see, that means before calling, so before returning the element, what I am checking every time? I am checking whether the user is trying to get an element within the limit or within the length or not, right? Every time, length greater than, see, 10 greater than 9, yes, we can give the element. 10 greater than 5, yes, we can give element. 10 greater than 12, throw the exception. That means I am checking whether user is trying to access the element which is out of the length or within the length. So that code the array list creators has written inside a method called range check. Okay, now click on this range check. Now, so in the array, can you have a index value less than 0? All the indexes in array are positive and start with 0. So that's the reason they have written a condition that if the array index size is less than 0 or parameter greater than equal to this dot size, this is nothing but a length condition that we have written. If it is greater or less than 0, so they are throwing the index out of bound exception. Okay. Now similarly, now if someone is asking me L dot get 12, my size is 10 and get 12, so directly I will write a throw exception. This code I will, so this check followed by number. So this they have written a method called range check. Remember this, tomorrow when we go to look at the custom collection implementation, we are going to write all of this. Okay? So that means the range check is checking whether the user is trying to access the element within the range or out of a range. Okay? After that, for example, if this is a 2, from here itself you are throwing the exception. Will it come to the next line? Will it come to this statement whenever you throw the exception in line number 433? No, because you are throwing the exception, right? It will not come back. Now, if it is not, if there is no exception, what you are doing? Element data array name followed by the here array name is nothing but element data followed by index number what the user is asking. So element data of 5. So you are returning that. So since the get method is returning something, so return element data of the number. So this is a internal implementation of a get method. So in the get method, see how do you think it is simple now? Once you know the internal implementation, is it simple to understand? Others please respond. Yeah. So that is the reason, like if you understand this internal implementation with, see, this is what we just applied our common sense and we tried to compare whether whatever the understanding that we have done, is it same that the Java creators has done or not, right? So the only thing in the get method, what it does is first it checks the range check. Range check is nothing but whether the user is accessing an element within the range or out of a range. Within the range in the sense, what is the length of a object array and what is the element that he is trying. If it is more, then throw the exception. If it is less, return the element. So that is the internal implementation of a get method. Hope you guys understand this. Yeah. Now let's look at it. Before going to the famous method that you will use in day-to-day applications are add, get, remove, right? Add, get, and remove. We learned add method internal implementation and we learned get method internal implementation. Now we are trying to use the internal implementation of a remove method. Okay. So the remove method is overloaded method. When I say overloaded method is in array list, let me look at here. L dot remove. See, are you able to see two methods with the same name? One is taking a integer index and another is taking a object. Do you see two kind of methods? One is taking a integer index and another is taking an object. Okay, that means it is remove method is a overloaded method. First we'll try to learn remove followed by a index. Okay, now remove followed by index. Okay, remove followed by index. Okay, now so similarly get method, in the get method your size is 10. You can call get of 0, no issues. Get of 1, no issues. Get of 9, no issues. When you say get of more than 10 or 10, will I am getting a array index out of bound exception? Yes, right? So similarly, so whenever the element is index is present, then only I have to remove the element, right? So for example, my size is 0, 1, 3, 4, 5. So my total size is 6 including 0. Okay. Now if I want to delete the element within 0 to 6, I can delete. Can I delete the element of 7? Do I have the 7th element in this array? No. That means you have to check before removing the element. You have to check whether that position is present or not, or you have to check whether the user is trying to delete the index which is more than the length. The size here, that means here also you have to check a range check. That means if length is greater than index, okay, it is false. So you should throw the array index out of bound exception. Like, let me take in the reverse manner. Okay, index is greater than length. Okay, so index is 7, length is 6. So that means you are trying, see, that means whenever your size is 6, can you have the 7th element? No. So whenever this condition is true, then you have to throw array index out of bound. Now 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70. These are the elements I added. Okay. Now if I am trying to get a remove method, remove of 2. This 2 is nothing but it is not an object, it is integer, index. We are talking about a remove method which is taking an index argument. Okay. So here, now first what I have to do, what is the size? 6. What is the index? 2. If it is true, is it true? 2 greater than 6. Is it true or false? Okay. That means do I have to throw the array index out of bound exception? No. It is not needed, right? Because I am trying to access within the array. So I will go to else block. In the else block, what you have to do generally whenever you want to delete, you have given an index 0, 1, 2. You will delete this element. After deleting this element, 2 will be empty, correct? Like this, you deleted 30, and this second index will become empty. Now after that, what you have to do? This third position will come into the second position. This fourth position should come into the third position. Fifth should come into 4. Sixth should come into 5. Yes or no? I repeat the thing. So if I am trying to delete a second position, earlier I have in the second position, I have 30 elements. Now I am deleting the 30. After deleting the 30, generally if you think about with your common sense, what happens? This element is deleted. Now I cannot have an array with empty sizes in before, because that is a waste of memory. So what we think is, third will come into the second. That means here 40 will come. Okay. Here 50 will come. Here 60 will come. Here 70 will come. And this will be empty. Okay. That means the size will be reduced by one element. Earlier the size is 6. Now after deleting the one element, the size will become 5. Okay. This is what I have to do. That means after deleting an element within the location, you have to perform the left shift operation. I repeat, left shift operation. Left shift operation is nothing but here. Here can I tell 2 is left to 3? Sorry, 3 is left side. If you look at your laptop in front of your eyes, so 3 is towards the left side of your 3, right? Now 4 is towards the left side of 3. 5 is towards the left side of 5. This is also. That means left side you are moving it to right side. Called in the else condition, you have to create a new array. Let me do like this. Object array equal to new object. Previous length is 6. 6 minus 1. Because you are deleting one element, you have to create a new array with a one element, one size less, because you are deleting one element. So it will create, the size will become 5. Okay. You are creating a new object array. And then what do you do? Till this position you have to copy same thing. For, let me do I equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus. Okay. Now what I will do generally, so if I is less than index, okay, copy this new previous array is element data. A of I equal to element data of I. Don't worry about this, I will explain once I complete it. Now, so for example, so what I'm doing, so currently this is a element data array. Okay, so this is a element data. Now from the element data, whenever you try to remove element from the array, you have to delete. Directly you cannot delete, right? So what you do, generally what the idea you will get, I am going to create a new object array with one size less, because one element I am deleting. So I created a new array, and then see this element data of 0 should go to A of 0. Yes or no? Is there any change to these two positions in the new array? The change will happen from the two position onward. But is there any change to this first 0th position and first position? No. That means I have to copy the 0th position and first position as is. So what I am doing? I am creating an array I equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus. Now if I less than index, I is nothing but 0. What is the index? 2. 0 less than 2. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Now what I am doing? A of 0, let me write side by side. Let me take different color. Now here what is happening? A of 0 equal to element data of 0. Of 0. Okay. That means what you are doing here? You are creating a new array with the size as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, can I tell that you have copied 10? Done. Now, I will be incremented. I will become 1. Can I tell that 1 less than 2? Because this is nothing but an index that you are copying. Yes, true. Then A of I equal to element A of 1 equal to element data of 1. Element data of 1 will contain 20. You will put 20 here. Now, whenever 2 is coming, are you deleting the second element? Because I am calling the remove method of 2. Yes, I am deleting the second element. Okay. Now, so here this condition will be fail, right? 2 less than true, it will be false. Now else, whenever in the else block, what I will do? A of I equal to element data of I plus 1. That means these 3 is in the new array. In the old array, whatever is present in the third position, that should come into the second position in the new array. Am I correct? So in the new old array, whatever is there in the third position, it should come into the second position in the new array. Guys, hope you agree with me. Please respond. Yeah. So that means what I am doing? So whenever, that means second position I am deleting. So I no need to copy. So whenever 2 less than 2, it will go to the else block. So but in this new array, second position, I have to copy the third position of an old array. What I am doing for that? A of I equal to element data of I plus 1. So what I will do with this? Element data of I plus 1 is nothing but 40. That 40 is here. A of I is nothing but A of 2. Okay. Element data of 3. I plus 1 is nothing but 3. Let me remove this and write it. A of 2 equal to A of 3. Okay. Now, in this way what happens? A of 2. Here in this position, element data of 3, 40. Okay. Likewise, it will continue again. Next element. So, next I value will be 3. 3 less than 2, yes, it will come here. A of 3. A of 3 equal to A of 3 equal to element data of 3 plus 1, 4. Okay. The 50, element data of 4 is nothing but here, 50. So that means I am copying like this. So this is what we think general process is. Am I correct? Hope you understand what would be the logic. If someone is asking you to write a remove functionality, can you write like this? You need little bit practice, but is it impossible or is it possible? Yeah. Others? Yeah. So now, so this is possible, but Java creators may not write like this code, right? So there is a simplicity. So in the add method, whenever the size is incremented, whenever the size is matched with the length index, then what do? Arrays dot copy of. This is a simple method you are using, correct? Similarly, in the remove method, in order to do this left shift operation, Java creators has used system dot array copy. There is a class called system. Let me show you the remove method. So let's look at a remove followed by index. See, remove followed by int. Now, in line number 1061, am I performing the range check? That means before doing the delete, do I have to check whether the user is trying to delete the element within the range or not? I have written a if condition. So that condition is carried out in the range check method. See here. If it is out of range, then they are displaying index out of bound exception or out of array index out of bound exception. Agree till now? Guys, are you with me? Yeah. Now, look at, don't worry about this co-modification. We will cover this in the concurrent modification exception. After that, in order to do this parent.remove method. So, in this one, let me show you system.array copy. There will be one method. See here. Yeah. Here, remove followed by it is taking a int. So, here system.array copy. What this method will do is, it will create a new array with one size less, and then it will perform the left shift operation. It will perform the left shift operation. Okay. So in order to perform like this, no need of writing all this code. There is a class called system. So in Java, you write sysout, right? Let me write sysout. Sysout is nothing but system.out.println. What is the meaning of this? This out is a method, static method. That's the reason you are using a class name. In Java, there is a class called system. In the system class, there is a method called out method. This out method is giving an object of print string. On this object, you are calling the println method. Println is method which is present in the print stream class. So similarly, in the system class, there is a class called system in Java. You look at here. Public final class system. In this system, there is a method called array copy. Let me show you. Give me a minute. Yeah. System.array copy. What this method will do is, there is a class called system in Java and array copy is a method. Using this method, whatever we have done manually, right? Create a new array with one size less, and then till the element, till the zeroth position to the index that user has given in the remove method, copy as is using this if loop. And then whenever it is reached, then copy the plus one element. So whatever the logic is written, so that logic will happen in this one method itself. Okay, this is what, after doing that, the length will be reduced by one element. So that's the reason they are putting a size minus minus. So this is what an internal implementation of a remove method. Hope you guys understand now. What is array list? What is the internal data structure used by array list? How does the add method work? How does the get method work? And how does the remove method work? Hope you understand. Others, can you please comment in the chat? Thanks for your response. So similarly, we are going to look at some other, like what is a hash map, how does a hash map will work tomorrow. And then we are going to look at how to create, if someone is asking me how to create a custom array list, how can I write a custom array list? Now you know the functionality of what is the internal data structure, what is the add method will work? How does the get method work? Can we write a user defined custom array list class? Yes, we can do it, right? So we are going to learn that in the further classes. Okay, now, and so apart, this is about internal implementation, right? So there is similarly in the Java we have like linked list, trees, stack, queue, and then dynamic programming, everything, right? So we are planning for a batch of data structures. Let me show you the here. This is not the one. So we are planning for a data structures batch, so which is going to start from the next week onwards. When I say next week, it might be on the March 3rd. 3rd of March, we are going to start a data structures batch, which I am going to teach. It will be in the similar way, like completely practical implementation. I am going to tell you what is the internal implementation of all the collection framework. Apart from that, we are going to look at all the linked list topics, stack topics, queue, trees, sorting techniques, what is a graph, what is a dynamic programming, and some other programs also. So we are going to start that batch. If anybody interested, so you can join the demo classes from March 3rd onwards. So the demo classes will start from March 3rd onwards. You can join the demo classes, and we are going to discuss the data structures batch, the data structures implementation using Java. If you are interested, you can join the demo classes for that. The course duration is approximately 2 months. That is going to start from the March 3rd and every day morning 7 a.m. I'm just giving you the heads up. Tomorrow we are going to learn. Tomorrow at same time this workshop will be there, and we are going to learn how does the hash map works internally. Right? Today we have seen. Right? You may not be knowing hash map is little complicated. How does the set works internally? We are going to look at that. And then we are going to create a custom array list. That things we are going to look at tomorrow. And after completing the tomorrow, I will give you the what we are going to discuss in the data structures class. And if you would like to interest for that class, then you can join the demo classes. Any questions, anyone? That's all for today, guys. I hope you understand and you got some valuable information. I request you all to join tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the same time, same class. I am going to discuss about internal topics of how does that map will work internally, how does the set will work, and we are going to look at how to create a custom array list. Okay? Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining the class.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the decompiler link. Just a minute. I'll ping it in the chat. Just hold a minute for hold the class for a minute. This is a location of where you can download the decompiler based on your operating system. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.